Hey Geeks, Arahli here, and thanks for joining me today as we play some more Atlas. We are on the private Titan Company server. So today, we're actually going to just be building a boat. There's something that, you guys, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know, one of my favorite things to do in Ark is to build what I call the nest. It's a little PvE raft. It's kind of got all the basics you need to get working and go build your base someplace. So, this is going to be the version of that. We're gonna have the Atlas nest, the crow's nest, we're gonna call this one. So I've been gathering mats up and stuff. We're in our shipyard right now. Everyone's kind of building boats and getting stuff ready. Let's go ahead and put our stuff back on here. So in this smithy is all the stuff we should need to kind of build. We need 12 of the wood planks. We need ourselves a steering wheel or a helm. We need just one deck, and then 8 walls, 12 ceilings, 1 roof, and then some storage and stuff for underneath. And I'm going to use 1 medium handling sail. The goal of this build is going to be something that you can take by yourself, personally, single person, and pile it around this map and do what you got to do. So we're going to get into that real quick. Let's go ahead and get some parts and pieces here, and we will get building. Go ahead and pull these down here. Can I put that deck in right away? Certainly can. All right, so we'll get that deck in, and then we're going to just go ahead and head down here. And the cool thing with this build system is that, like, once you have it up, it's going to stay up, and it, like, the pieces here, the planks on the side, just conform to the shape of the ship. So nice and easy. You come to this side, and it shows you where you're at. Bam. That's it. That's all we need for that right there. So now we've got our actual, like, the hull of our ship is built now, right? So nice and easy, built in there. Now, we're going to build ourselves a little section to kind of do some storage stuff. So let's go ahead and start with our walls here and our ceilings. Looks like we already got our ceilings on the hotbar. Let's get our walls down there too. So I can show you real over here is our finished concept. So this will give you an idea of kind of what we're building towards. And then we'll go back and kind of complete. So this is the basic layout of what we're looking at. So we're going to have a ceiling back here with a hatch frame. And then we're going to have some stairs, and we're going to go forward here. So we're going to have 1 full ceiling in the front we won't do anything with, and then we'll start our other stuff across from there. So yeah, the idea, though, is like I said, with the kind of where the placement of the mast and all that stuff is, that you'll be able to, by yourself, be able to pilot a sloop pretty effectively, be able to get pretty much anywhere you need to and be good to go. All right, so this front one is just a regular ceiling. The back one is going to be a trap door. Now, when you have these out, if you look on the bottom left-hand side, you can see you've got a bunch of different things like square ceiling, ceiling doorway, triangle ceiling, and catwalk. When you press T, it changes in between them. So we want to have a hatch frame. So we'll have that there. And then up front, we're going to do the part that makes this all work. So we're going to go ahead and put a wall. And then we're going to press T until we get to a half wall. And then we're going to press Q until we get it underneath. With it underneath there, now we can snap ceilings down here. And that's going to give us the place we need to actually build. So we'll go ahead and put these guys up down this way. And then behind this one, we're going to press T a couple times to get a triangle. So we do that because with the triangle, we can actually just step up here and jump out. So that's all set now. We might as well put our trap door. Oh, our trap door is up here probably. So the trap doors in this are just doors, which is pretty neat. Makes it nice and easy. And then we're going to want this guy, and we're going to take our sail right now. All right, so the other walls have to go up on top. And what I wanted to do is make sure you could actually run along the sides of this when we go. So we'll just snap this bad boy in there real quick. It's good to go. Then we will go ahead and get 7 is our, oops, take that back. 6 is our walls. And we're going to T until we get to the half walls again. And you see how it's kind of overhanging on the inside? You've got an outside and inside. I want it on the inside for all of our stuff. So on this one, we have to cue it in. So I want it like that so we can actually make our way down the sides once we get rolling and stuff. And of course, I put those in the wrong spot. So I'm really glad that this has a little bit of that pickup that we can do to make it so we can take care of stuff when we do silly things like that. So this goes here, then we get to put in those walls. Let's put that in real quick. Half wall, inside. Yep, okay, so that was the inside. On this side, we queue it in. I'm not sure if you went inside, so we're going to pick you up and put you back down just to make sure. Inside. All right, perfect. So on this, we can just actually go ahead and put them straight out because that won't be a problem for us. And then here, again, we're going to queue it. Oh, we're not going to queue it because it's not going to go in either way. Okay, that's fine. So I'll queue this to the inside, queue it again to the inside, and this can just be on the outside. That one's not a big deal for us. All right, now we're going to have some tougher stuff to do. Before we get that piece in, we're going to have to actually put in... So our smithy is kind of our tricky part. The smithy doesn't like to go in very easily. So just like in Ark, you kind of got to place stuff in order that it makes the most sense in. We should be able to do this. And then the sail is kind of important to get in the way we want it to. So the sail is going to go on the middle one here. So we'll go ahead and do that one first. Because we want to make sure there's no issue with the sail going where it has to go. And it doesn't matter that there's like stuff around it, because it's going to just let us kind of clip right through there. I'm going to crouch down. This is one of the real finicky parts here. So we're going to go ahead and get this in here. Well, because I don't have the other walls and stuff, and it's actually not too bad right now. So once you get the ones above here, like the ceilings and stuff, and this doesn't like to snap. So it's really good to get this in like right away. All right, so we've got that bad boy in there now. We're also up here going to put down some other stuff. We'll get to that in just a second. And then it looks like I think I need one more. I think I need one more half wall too. All right, so we can go ahead and put the half wall. Let's make that real quick. Looks like I missed a piece, so we actually needed, I think we had 8, we need 9 half walls, or 9 walls, so that'll give us our half walls. More of these. Put that stuff back, and now we can take pretty much the rest of our stuff here and see about getting it all placed. Now I've got a couple pieces I haven't used before to see if I can actually fit them in here as well. We're going to stop when we get to the point that would be the stopping point I would typically stay at. And then we'll try the other ones too. Can I queue this one in? Queue into the inside? No. Okay, that's fine. It can be on the outside. I just want to see if we can do it that way. All right, so we're going to put in our ceilings that we need. Now we're capped off on the top. And we want to put our steering wheel right here in the center. So you can see the little red line at the bottom that helps you kind of line stuff up. So we're going to kind of just get it right on top of that seam. I want to just pull it back a little bit from where we're at now. Maybe pull it this way first. Looks pretty good. The idea is that from here you can look up and do the sail, and you can look down and use the steering wheel. So that part's good there. Last thing we need for this side is to use a roof. Now with the roofs, we're going to do T again. You see we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. We want the half stairs. With the half stairs, they'll go right there, and now we can just kind of climb right up here and get right to the front. All right, we're almost done with what I consider kind of the basic build that we want for like our crow's nest here. The next thing we want to do is make sure we can put in our storage chest. But we're going to go ahead and put that in first as close as we can. It looks like we actually be right up in the sail too. That's great. Okay, go K mode here. So we can get pretty much right into the sail. That'd be good. Anything you can do to save a little space here helps a lot. And then we also have to put the bed in this section where we've got that extra bit of roof. So, because when you spawn in, you had to be able to stand up for it to work. So we're gonna get real close to this here. Let's go sideways. Because sideways will give us some more. We can do even better than I was gonna do originally. Let's get in there sideways. So now I've got our bed, which will let us spawn in here. Then we've got 2 more things I want to make sure we get in for sure. This is the ammo chest. We're going to need this to make sure when we have cannons and stuff on here that we can use that without any issue. And it looks like we can sneak that back under here. So we'll put this just far enough out that we should be able to access the ammo container. So we have cannons and stuff on here. If you put your ammo and stuff in here, it'll actually let you use it right through. You can just reload your cannons right from there. And the last thing we're going to put in that I kind of consider essential for us is our what is it called again? The ship resource box. This is what lets you actually do your repairs without having to sorry about that, buddy. Without having to have the material on you. So you can just have a hammer, and you can actually use this to keep everything repaired on the ship. So now we've got the basics. We've got ourselves a resource box. We've got ourselves a bed to get back to here. We've got a large storage container, which we can pin lock, which is always nice. And then we've got a smithy. Now, the smithies don't get pin locked, so you kind of want to make sure you keep all your important stuff inside the storage box here. And then we've got our ammo box on the bottom. So the ammo box is kind of something you don't necessarily need to have, but if you're going to put cannons on it, it's definitely a good idea. Oops. You can just jump up here. We can close that bad boy right there. And then the last thing I want to put on, also not something you have to do. I can't make the rest of my stuff right now, but I want to have a cannon on here. I'm going to put a swivel gun, and I want to be able to kind of have it right there. So the swivel gun will be right here. We're going to just kind of grab on and we'll use it right from the front here. So we'll have a little bit of defense once we get in the water. Now, I used the medium handling sail because those sails actually do much better when you're going against the wind. So that'll make that much, much easier for us to use in case we get to a spot where the wind is kind of against us. And it gets you a lot more functionality when you're trying to move around in the water. All right, so that's the basics. That was easy, right, guys? What, we're 10 minutes? 10 minutes in. We're ready to launch this thing. So we can look down now that we've done this, and we can release ship. We're in the water. We gotta name our boat. So we're gonna call it the Crow's Nest. Now, the big important part of this, right? You can use the steering wheel and the sails from here. So the wind is off a bit to our right here. So we're gonna go ahead and open just a couple. Then we can just grab right on with sail right out of the docks here. We'll be good to go. Now, if I want to adjust my sail, I could just let go and then grab here to adjust the sails and go right back to it. So it's nice and easy. One person can sail this no problem. And with that medium handling sail on here, that means, like I said, if we've got winds that aren't great for us, we can still sail right into them and be able to get some movement. So that's the basics, guys. We have made what I can consider kind of the easiest starting ship. The patch that should be dropping on the 7th, because this is the 6th right now, that's going to be dropping on the 7th, is supposed to give you the ability to make a sloop from the free ports. So it'll be interesting to see if the sloops from the free ports come like pre-built, and if you can modify them at all or not. Because if you can modify them, you can do the same thing we just did and put all this stuff on here. So that'll take some testing. I'll definitely try that out once that patch drops, so we kind of report back to see how that turns out for you guys. But we'll get this guy over here a little bit, and we'll just go ahead and park her, and we'll get a couple ladders on. I still need to get a couple more ladders on the crow's nest, like the actual crow's nest at the top, because it's definitely pretty high up there. So we just use X to drop sail, or to drop anchor. We'll go ahead and fully close the sails now. So we need to put ladders all the way up there, which is going to take a little bit. I've got the two we need to go ahead and place these out here on the sides. So I like to put mine back here to kind of just make it so it's easy to get to. There's actually one built into over the anchor too. So you actually don't need to do these because you can just go ahead and release one from the back of it as well. But I like having them on the sides too. But yeah, so there you guys go. What do you think? Decent little build, not crazy expensive to make. We still have, when you look down, our weight right now with all the stuff we just put on there is 609 out of 3,300 with the standard sloop. So there's definitely still room to grow and put stuff on here. Get down in here, because they just kind of press that crouch button and crawl on in. And you've got access to all your stuff down here. And you can just kind of get out there on the ocean, get stuff going. The medium handling sail means you'll be able to, get around when you have like ships of the damned and stuff out there. You'll still be able to get around and take care of business and make it nice and easy. That's it. What do you guys think? If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like below. You can always, subscribe for more content. If you guys want access to a good server for this kind of stuff, any of the patrons of UTC and mine are actually on the server right now. That's what all these guys are here. These are the Geeks. The Iron Miners will be here on the server with us at some point too. And this is kind of, we're just kind of doing a Patreon thing for a lot of our stuff. So if you're a patron of ours in any way, you can jump in here, join us. UTC and I both have ours set up. So it's just patreon.com/RowdyTheGeek. That's it. The basics. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make yourself one of these bad boys. Shoot me some pictures. If you think of anything that's got better options, or if you think of a way to make them better or cooler looking, or have more stuff inside it, drop a comment. Let me know what you're thinking and what's working for you, because I'm always on the lookout for better ways to make these boats work. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side.